Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Podcast and Chill, dear listeners. I'm your host, Leo, the guy who teaches you while making you laugh.
And I'm Gwen, your informative host, here to help you learn useful information through today's topic.
I know many of you feel nervous about answering quickly, and it's hard when you're still learning, right?
Absolutely. The fear of not knowing what to say or needing more time to think can make anyone feel nervous.
But don't worry. Today, we're here to give you tips that will really help. Whether you're chatting with friends, ordering food, or answering questions at work, we'll help you respond faster and more naturally.
That's right. We'll make it simple with easy steps you can use right away.
Are you ready to join us? Let's get started. Firstly, we will get tired when we learn something too difficult. Let's start with the simplest things. I think you know this best. Please share with listeners Gwen.
Okay, Leo. The first tip is practicing common phrases. This helps you respond faster because when you know them well, you don't have to think much before saying them.
Exactly. Think about it. We all have phrases we use every day without thinking. Like when someone says, "How's your day going?" You don't stop to translate. You just reply, "I'm doing well, how about you?" That's because you've said it so many times, it feels natural.
This is what you should focus on in English. Choose common responses you'll use often. For example, if someone compliments you, practice saying, "Thank you, that's so kind of you." Or if you don't know something, say, "I'm not sure, let me check."
To make it easier, think about situations you face every day. If you're in meetings, practice phrases like, "That's a great idea," or "Can you explain that again?" If you're at a coffee, try saying, "I'd like a coffee, please." The more you repeat, the better you'll get.
Here's a tip. Write down 10 to 15 common phrases that fit your life and practice them every day. Say them out loud, write them down, and use them in conversations as much as possible.
By repeating them, you create muscle memory. It's like when athletes practice the same moves again and again until they can do them automatically.
That's right. Studies show that practicing common phrases helps your brain connect them to real-life situations. It helps you respond quickly without stopping to think.
I want to share a technique that I often use when learning to speak. Do you know what it is, Gwen? It's pretty common.
Let me guess. I think I know it. You mean shadowing, right?
That's correct. One of the best ways to get faster at speaking is by using shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker, then repeat what they say right away. You copy their pronunciation, rhythm, and speed.
It's like following the speaker's shadow. That's why it's called shadowing. It's a great way to practice because it helps your brain learn the language faster.
Yeah, you're not just learning how to say words. You're learning how to think in the same rhythm as native speakers.
Yes, it helps you respond quickly without overthinking. Start with easy podcasts or YouTube videos, like Practice English with Jessica, or our podcast, Gwen and Leo's English Zone. Listen to short sentences and repeat them right away.
You don't have to be perfect on your first try. The goal is to keep practicing until you can follow the speaker smoothly. When you do this, you'll notice it gets easier to respond quickly in real conversations.
Research by Kara M. Stauffer shows that shadowing improves your fluency, listening, and how fast you respond in conversations. It's like exercise for your brain.
A good way to practice is to spend 10-15 minutes each day shadowing. Just start with short sentences, then move on to longer conversations. All right, now let's talk about something that really slows down your responses: translating in your head.
Oh, yes, this is a big one. Many learners translate from their own language to English when speaking, which takes more time and makes it harder to reply quickly.
The solution is to start thinking in English. Thinking in English helps you respond faster because you don't have to translate in your head.
It might seem hard at first, but it's easier than you think. Start with simple things in your daily life. For example, while walking, think in English about what you see. The sky is blue, or that car is red. When shopping, think of what you need. I need milk, bread, and eggs.
One trick is to describe what you're doing in English throughout the day. It might feel silly at first, but it helps improve your fluency. Did you get what Gwen and I shared? Just let us know if you have any comments. Now, let's learn some vocabulary below, so you can understand the topic better before continuing to listen. Response. Definition: a reply or answer to a question or situation. Example, she had a quick response to the question. Muscle memory. Definition: doing something without thinking after practicing it a lot. Example, athletes develop muscle memory through practice. Fluency. Definition: the ability to speak or write a language smoothly and easily. Example, practicing regularly will help improve your fluency in English. Technique. Definition: a method or way of doing something. Example, shadowing is an effective technique for language learners. Silly. Definition: showing a lack of thought, understanding. Example, it might feel silly to talk to yourself in English, but it helps.
Next, practice with some questions below to see how well you understand the topic. Don't forget to type your answer in the comment section to discuss with others. What types of media can you use for shadowing? Podcasts and YouTube videos are great for shadowing. What is the main benefit of practicing common phrases? It helps you respond faster without thinking too much.
Building your vocabulary helps you answer quickly, but it's not just about learning new words. It's about knowing how to use them in the right way.
Yes, that's right. When you learn words or phrases in a sentence, you can see how they're used in real conversations, and that makes it easier to use them. For example, instead of just memorizing the word amazing, you can say, "That concert was amazing."
When you learn words in sentences, you're not just learning what they mean. You're learning how to say them naturally.
You can do this by reading or listening to things you like in English. Look at how words are used in sentences, and try using those phrases when you talk.
Another tip is to write down new phrases and how they're used. Then, practice using those phrases in sentences until you feel good about them.
Have you heard of the phrase active listening? It means paying close attention to the talk, not just the words, but also the tone, expressions, and the speaker's body language.
If someone asks, "What do you think of the new project?" you don't need to understand everything to reply. You can simply say, "It sounds interesting." "What do you think?" You're focusing on the main idea and responding naturally.
Active listening means paying attention to important words and tone. This helps you understand the speaker's feelings and what matters in their message.
All right, let's talk about role-playing. This is a great way to practice answering quickly in real situations.
Yes, exactly. Role-playing means acting out a real conversation with a friend, teacher, or even by yourself. You can pretend to order food, talk to someone, or ask for directions.
The more you practice, the faster and more naturally you'll respond in real life. It's like training for a sport. When the real game happens, you're ready.
You can practice with a partner or even alone in front of a mirror. Think about conversations you often have and make up dialogues from them. For example, if you're getting ready for a job interview, practice answering common questions like, "Tell me about yourself," or "Why do you want this job?"
Role playing can help you feel more confident when speaking, and it's fun too.
Finally, one of the most important things to remember is to stay calm.
Yes, if you worry too much about making mistakes or saying the perfect thing, it can slow you down and make it harder to answer.
That's right. It's easy to worry about sounding perfect, but the goal is to communicate, not be perfect. If you focus on sharing your message instead of fearing mistakes, you'll answer faster.
And here's the truth. Native speakers make mistakes too. It's okay to make grammar mistakes or say a word wrong. Just keep going and don't let those small mistakes stop you.
Exactly. One way to stay calm is to do breathing exercises before you speak. Deep breaths can help you calm down and focus on the conversation, not mistakes. We will learn the last 5 words for today. You can write new words down in a notebook or type them in the comments section to remember them. Context. Definition. The situation in which something happens and that helps you to understand it. Example, understanding context is important for using words correctly. Naturally. Definition. In a way that feels normal and comfortable. Example, you're focusing on the main point and reacting naturally by practicing active listening. Expression. Definition. The look on a person's face that shows emotion or feeling. Example, her expression showed that she was surprised. Relax. Definition, calm and not worried. Example, staying relaxed can help you respond better in conversations. Perfection. Definition, the state of being perfect. Example, you don't have to achieve perfection on your first try when learning English.
Please continue to discuss the questions below. I'm sure other listeners would love to hear your answers too. Just share with us. What does it mean to learn words in context? It means understanding how words are used in sentences and real conversations. What is active listening and why is it important? Active listening means paying attention to words, tone, and body language, which helps you understand better. That's it for today's episode. We hope these tips help you answer faster and feel more confident in your English conversations.
Remember, it's all about practice and getting better. Start using these tips and don't forget to share your progress with us. We love hearing your stories.
If you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Also, leave us a comment with any questions or ideas for future episodes.
See you next time.